obviously, theaters are afraid that that's going to destroy their business. Moviegoers say that no, we'll still go. Just because I can order food at home doesn't mean I don't go to a restaurant occasionally at the same time. What are your opinions on that? I mean, research certainly sort of supports the argument that you can do a day and date release, but your experience tell you something different?
Well, I mean, you're talking about for a major
Mm-hmm.
release because it's different, obviously. I mean, I have a documentary in release right now in which we came out on VOD 2.5 weeks after theatrical, and it's a beautiful model to Mark's point, and it allows for much more ubiquitous viewing of what it is that you've created. So it's fantastic. In terms of the big studio movies, look, the big chains have drawn the line in the sand on day and date, and ultimately they're going to lose, and it's going to be a bloody mess in the meantime. But in 10 years from now, you're going to be able to see movies, and it will be defined by price point and other things that over, whenever you want to see it, when it's available, and you can see it at home, you can see it wherever. So I do think, and that's scary because as an industry for as long as I've ever been in the business, which is more years than I can remember. So that's a sad thing. The windowing model, the discrete channels of distribution layered one after another, after another, after another in sequential order has been the economic formula that's made for a viable business. We don't know quite that, the new abnormal for what that's going to be. But as long as you make great movies, people have a great desire to see them, whether they see them on small screens, large screens, at home or out of home. Somewhere in there, one has to believe that there's an economic model that will work.
The really interesting thing is if you look at the rest of the world, in China, for example, brand new middle class, right? I mean, what did they pull, 1 billion people out of poverty in the last 30 years? Incredible. They're building 9 screens a day, first of all. And there is a habit of going to the movies on weekends, which is like something out of the 1940s here. It's quite extraordinary. Now, will there be also, there is no DVD business there because it's all pirated. Will there be video on demand? There's starting to be. But, some of this will take longer in other places. There is no video on demand anywhere else in the world except in the US and the UK right now, and just barely in the UK. So it'll take a while. But I think Mark's probably right. In the long run, it's going to be, you may have to pay more to see it at home opening weekend. You may have to do certain things that maybe that the theater owners get a cut of what goes to the home. There'll be a lot of fighting about it. It will be the ugliest battle ever, but it's inevitable.
And as that happens, as television and all the new platforms like Netflix and Amazon and YouTube and television becomes not television, all of that happens, we'll find that we're in one gigantic entertainment business, that the boundaries between movies and television will blur. And you already find this with the talent. I remember years ago when I first went to the Golden Globes, there was the television people sitting at the top in isolation, and the movie people sitting at the bottom in their grandeur.
Yes.
And these days, there are so many television people sitting downstairs, like Melissa McCarthy and all those people, and so many movie people.
And
like
Marianne Cotillard is on level 3. Yeah, no, it's true. She was this year.
They're all blurred.
Yeah.
And everybody is, David Fincher's doing television, and our best directors are, it's just one big smush pot, melting pot of one big gigantic entertainment business. And to that extent, it's really a brave new world for you guys, because you don't have to decide which business you're going to be in. You have to decide which medium is best for your specific idea.